A couple of pieces that have generated a lot of excitement are the two that you're seeing right behind me. So we have Mark Hamill's medal that he was given at the end of the original Star Wars, released in 1977, and we have Chewbacca's bowcaster that he carried throughout all three films of the original Star Wars trilogy. The medal is what Luke was given at the end of the film to symbolize his heroism and the fact that he helped destroy the Death Star along with Han Solo. We do believe that there were only two medals made for the film. The other one, the Han Solo medal, is in a private collection and has been for many years. I believe this is the first and only time one of these medals is coming up for public auction, and this one is Mark Hamill's medal. So it's a really special piece for Star Wars collectors. It's incredibly memorable. It's actually one of the very last things that you see on screen. I think the last shot of the film is those guys up there on stage, and then we wipe out and it cuts to George Lucas's director's card. So it's a really special piece of Star Wars history, and of course it's from the very first Star Wars film, the one that started it all back in 1977, which is nearly 50 years old now. Chewbacca's weapon really stands out amongst all the props and weapons of the Star Wars films because he's the only one carrying anything like a crossbow, you know, with this big bow arm out on the front of it. And it is what he used in all three movies. It was a real-world crossbow that they went and rented from a weapons supply company in the UK. They dressed it up with some extra what they call greeblies or dressing bits to make it futuristic, make it feel more like science fiction. So they added some scopes to the top of it, some wires to the side of it, and some different other parts and pieces to just dress it up a little bit. Those parts and pieces, those dressing components, were stripped back after the first Star Wars movie, and then it was redressed again for the sequels, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. After Return of the Jedi, it went back to the weapons rental company again. Most of the dressing was stripped, but a few pieces still remain. So the shoulder stock extension on the back of the crossbow, that was installed specifically for Return of the Jedi. It's entirely custom made, and that has never been taken off the piece. So that's one of the big witness marks or identifiers in how we know it's the original medal. And then as we went through the research process, which is a very in-depth thing that we spend a lot of time on, we were able to match specific scratches and dents and marks to production photos from all three Star Wars films. So it's believed to be the only crossbow that Chewbacca carried in those three movies, which really makes it special. We also have from Ghostbusters, a favorite film of mine, one of the hero ghost traps. It's made entirely out of aluminum. It has full radio control electronic functionality. The doors of the trap open. It has practical lights. It has the pedal and the cable. It's a really great piece.